We can start off this session by going to I'm and Oren. So the other three can mute their microphone.
No, don't wanna.
Yeah, what do you think? It's an owl now, by my bandit. Do you see it?
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, it just looks like an owl, I think. Have you heard anything? I have just been concentrating really hard on this incense and... incense, not incense, yeah. Yes.
Oh god.
I have to be honest. I've kind of not been paying attention to our surroundings. I was kind of lost in thought about the bombs.
Oh. Well, at least we didn't hear any screams or whatever, so they haven't been ambushed, I guess, or whatever. Maybe they have, but then they were ambushed by assassins and killed silently.
We can. Well, we can't know that. You can send it up and scout.
Yeah, I will. You can just walk in front of me, and I will. Just.
So I'm supposed to do the talking.
We can maybe flip a coin or something.
Do you know if maybe sign language is really good here?
Maybe we can pretend that we can't speak. That's cool idea. Maybe
both of us.
Well, maybe we're both.
Maybe that's our thing, like our background story, because we're going undercover, you know. But we're supposed to find the ladies of the night, isn't it? Aren't we?
Yeah, but the guards doesn't need to know that, right?
No, but how are we supposed to find them with sign language?
Yeah, well, I was trying. That's why I made the owl. The owl's gonna scout.
So we don't have to speak at all?
We don't have to speak at all, yeah.
Oh.
We just have to get inside the city, I think. So some kind of way.
Oh. Let's go.
Do you have paper? Can we write something, like a message? Where is the nearest inn? We can't speak.
Oh, I have some paper, yeah.
Okay. Well, make a paper that says that. Let's try.
You're wandering towards the village?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, and my bandit is now hovering in the air.
Yeah?
Like, pretending to be like an... pretending. He or she haven't checked, is owl.
An owl, yeah?
Yeah.
How far over your head is that thing hovering?
Say like 100 feet-ish. It's not hovering, just flying randomly, I guess, around the 100 feet radius.
Okay, so just for scouting reasons, basically.
Well, I'm not using it before we get into the city, but I guess it's weird to just bring an owl. Well, fuck it, I can just fucking dissummon it to another dimension. I will do that.
Yeah, okay.
Don't need to have it out before I need it, Jesus. Try to overcomplicate things, I'm.
Blaming I'm. So!
Is your homunculus on your shoulder? How are you gonna explain that? No?
He's there. Yep.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
As you're heading towards the big wooden barricade, you can clearly see when you're getting within 60 feet of range, you can clearly see that there are indeed two men with crossbows sitting on top of the wall that looks down at you and just shouts at you. You have a sort of a feeling that they've seen you from the same distance that you've seen them. Sort of. And you can hear one of them shouting, a man shouting, "Halt! What is your business here?"
Hello! I don't know. I don't know what to do. Please help.
Wasn't we supposed to say to pretend we can't talk? No, okay.
That doesn't.
Do you have,
hello?
Do you have shelter? Shelter for the night.
You can see that he goes over to the other guard, and you can hear them like mumbling something, but you can't make out what it is. And then they sort of split apart again.
You have the note? What
Yeah,
happened to the
we
note?
do. And he turns around, and you can hear he's shouting, "Shelter!" And the door is open.
Oh, I pump fist my aim. Like, yes.
I didn't panic at all, and you see me just crumble like the paper now. Best plan. It always works.
It worked. I go inside, try at least.
Yeah, you're allowed inside.
We need to find a place you can get your bandit out.
Well, don't talk out loud about my bandit, please. People don't need to know.
That doesn't sound well.
Like, get my bandit out. Like, yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, whenever you get on the inside, the first thing that you see is... I'm assuming, by the way, that Aim is moving as well, or are you just standing there?
Yeah. It was dark. I didn't see him move.
You can see that there is a heavily armored guard with a spear standing on the inside. Straight away.
Don't take your hands, though.
You're seeking shelter for the night as well. Are you?
Yes. Is it uncommon to do?
He sort of squints and gives you sort of a weird look, the both of you. No, it's just very unusual. We already have 3 people also seeking shelter for the night.
We're 2. So.
What?
Yeah, we are 2 people.
Yes, we're 2 people.
Is it?
Oh.
Are you guys full? Is it in full? Or what's...
No. It's just unusual for us to have multiple visitors during the same night. That's it.
Do you have... Yeah, it's not normal. You don't get visitors, or...
We do get visitors from time to time, but we don't usually get multiples during the same evening. Are you with the other 3, or...?
No.
Okay. Just checking for safety reasons. Oh.
Safety reasons?
Yes. And he looks at both you and I'm.
Oh, you mean the strength in numbers, that kind of thing.
Yeah, or the fact that both you and the other people that arrived seem to be able or more than capable to defend yourself?
You notice it's not dwarven made, but like it's dwarven armor because the dwarf myself is wearing it. If you understand the logic.
Oh, what? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I understand the logic. And you can see him looking up towards the towards the barricade.
So are people drinking here in this village? Is it some inn with the shelter has some beer, or is it some beer we can buy?
Yeah, buy, yes.
Yeah, of course I have. My friend have some coin.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It would be nice. Yes, I would like a beer.
You're thirsty, George?
Yes, I'm very thirsty.
By the way, yeah, do you see you at the inn later, or are you on the night shift?
You can see that he's just looking up at the barricade still. Huh? Did you ask me about something?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. We don't need to take up your time if you're busy. I was just trying to have a polite conversation. Well, no. I thought it was polite, I guess, but I guess I'm still learning to converse.
What? How old are you?
Just turned 40. It's quite young to be a dwarf. 40 years of experience, non-experience.
Oh,
Be kind to me.
Yeah, why won't I be kind?
I don't know. People judge easily when you're not very good at communicating and stuff. I don't know. Look at my friend here, George. He's like almost putting his arms up. Like you not to talk too much, but you are like you have like a frightful presence. Like you look like you know how to handle that weapon, sir.
Yeah, I do, but I don't think you have anything to fear from us as long as we don't have anything to fear from you.
Well, that's perfectly fine.
That didn't really answer my question, but okay. Yeah, the inn at least has a drink and things that you could need, I guess, when seeking shelter.
Multiple inns, or is it one inn? Can we miss? We can't miss it, I guess.
It's one inn, and it's towards the northeastern region of the village.
Will you say like there is people sleeping there as well? Is it like there is is it beds at the same place as the very drink? I guess that's normal, isn't it, George? That the inn has the beds.
We need to find shelter.
But usually we don't have people that stay overnight here, so I think you need to sleep on the floor, maybe?
Because all the beds are taken by the other men, I guess.
Living in private houses, yes.
Oh, like, maybe they're doing it in the private houses, I see. Well, thank you.
Doing what?
Sleeping. This is getting. We have to go. Yeah, I'm like, can't you see I'm sleep deprived? I need to rest my head.
Oh,
George,
okay.
Please, let's go. Nice meeting you. Your name was again? If you see you at the inn, I can buy you a drink.
Ironically, I'm George.
No,
that's
cool.
cool.
You, George.
Me, George?
We name twins.
I heard that. Oh, by the way, if you ever need anything, just ask these two up here. The one on the left, and he points towards this, is called Barry, and the other one is called Cade. Oh.
They are standing there the whole night?
Should be, unless one of them grows tired, but I think they're at least listed as standing there the whole night, so...
You are in charge of them, over them. You are the guardsman, the boss man.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. We met a very important guy on the first try, George. That's cool.
What do you mean first try?
Well, you are the first people we met because you're.
I'm the first person that you see.
Yeah. No. We saw Barry and Cade when we entered. Well, sorry, I have to go. I can't talk. I have not been talking this much for like several weeks.
Sorry, we are very tired and would like a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, see ya.
Yes, see you as well.
Let's go.
Again, just ask some guard, presumably Barry or Cade, if you need anything.
Thanks for the help, George.
No problem, George.
Okay, George, let's head over. Did you see where he was pointing? I was looking at his feet.
So I was freaking out. I didn't pay attention.
Fuck. Let's head towards. Is there some kind of light in the city?
Some kind of light. There is actually no braziers and stuff around the village.
No.
So only the light sources that you can see is coming from houses, from inside houses.
Before we go too long, I'll turn around and ask if it's okay if I put get a torch out.
Yeah, of course. Just don't throw it towards the barricade, please.
Won't they catch it then?
What?
Let's go, Tommy.
Come on. Yep. Tommy was. My name is Thomas.
I forgot. Let's just move.
I'm just waving like awkwardly while I'm backing off, back paddling.
As you're heading out or heading towards the inn, you hear towards the west, you all of a sudden hear like, yeah, thank you, and you can hear a door closing, and you lock sort of eyesight with the 3 other party members that's coming out of a house.
Ignore them.
Press, I do this. And walk the other way.
Just keep walking.
Thomas, let's go.
Yes, I don't know those people.
No, we don't know those people.
Can I make a sign?
Yes, you can, of course.
No, I didn't understand the signal.
I had my back to you.
Come
Like-
back to you.
Let's just
far away.
let's
On the side
find
you
a
get.
place for bandit.
I'm confused.
120 feet-ish.
Was
It's the distancing game.
yeah, it was here-ish the first time, but when they started like moving, but they've moved into the darkness sort of again now, even though that you can see, of course, I'm and Oron because they have a torch out. So
I can see them anyway.
yeah, you can. That's because you're a fuckhead. No.
300 feet of fuck you.
Oh fuck, they were
Well,
far
we
away.
can just find a corner or something, like a house corner and hide, I
Need
guess.
to find a safe place.
Yeah. Maybe they have some information, but we can't be seen because then they are gonna blow our cover. We are like worked so hard on that profile.
There's like a little hill right here we can go up on and get like a good sighting on the city.
Stay low. I follow you. Stay low.
I'll stay low. The best part is we're walking around with a torch.
you can actually make an is it athletics for climbing?
Okay.
Not you. Or yes, you too. You're quite small as well.
Sure.
Hold on. Is it athletics? Yeah, it's climbing, jumping. Yeah.
10.
Ooh. 18.
18.
10 on me.
10. So, as Aim is heading up, you can see that he sort of bolsters himself towards the side of the very small cliff. You can already tell that for a normal sized person, this would probably not be considered a cliff at all. But since
Normal sized.
you know exactly what I mean. But Aim bolsters himself up and then uses the strength of his feet to like punch away from the ground and actually get up. So he gets up, but as Oren is trying to do the same thing, he also bolsters himself, but can also already tell that he's like this now.
Help!
So he's just pushing away with his feet, being like, hit, and he doesn't come up. So
You don't see this. It's too dark. It's okay.
So you're
Give
actually
me a hand, man.
you're actually standing down here still.
Try and help him out.
Yeah, you can help him. Yeah.
Do I need to roll then, or can I?
You still need to roll. Yeah, you can.
Jesus.
You can roll a strength check. You can actually do that with advantages as well.
Okay.
18 again? What the fuck is happening?
Well, I got 5 now, so
18.
18. So, as Oren keeps pushing away with his feet and not getting any closer, you're getting close and trying to pick him up. You manage to actually pick him up off the ground, but you notice that you're carrying all the weight now. Now Oren isn't doing jack shit to try to help you. He's just like a sack of potatoes. But you managed to actually get him up though. So now you're both on the correct side, but it's ended with both of you on the ground. I'm because you felt like Oren was fat, and Oren because you're not big enough, high enough.
looking at Ayman like, wow, best mission ever.
I'm kind of impressed on how amazing we are.
Yeah, it's your suit though. It helps you so much. Without that
it's,
suit.
uh,
Yeah.
our cunning and
Yeah.
yes, just our pure intellect.
Okay, let's lay here on our backs while I just poof, and the bandit is flying 100 feet over in the air, and I go in through his eyes and consume the area.
Consume
Yes.
the area.
Yeah, like take in the sights. Try to look for a brothel where people go in and out, and when they come out, they look like they smile when they go out of the spa establishment.
But do you know what a brothel is?
Oh shit!
That's
We've
true.
been told that it's a happy place, haven't we?
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah, so they should look happy when they when they leave.
I'm guessing you're spending a bit of time doing this, right?
Yeah, like I guess until we get interrupted or we don't find anything, I guess.
Yeah. So while that is happening, I think it's a good time to jump over to the other party members again. I'm just going to put you over at your side because that looks so fucked up in Heroforge thingies. He's just lying on the side there. So I think we're going to...
Please that I forgot to put the torch out, but never mind.
You're just lying on your back with the torch out. So, we're going to jump into the other party, 3 party members now. So now the 2 party members that have been talking can mute the microphones, and we can do it the other way around, and the other 3 can unmute.
Oh, and we did too soon.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Well, they made it in. I hope they got my signal, but I doubt it.
I doubt it. Well, we
Oh,
can
wow.
make it sure if you just go past them.
There is
it's a spell.
Hold on.
But where?
There is one person that I can hear the keyboard from. Who's that?
Keyword?
I can hear the keyboard from someone.
Now?
No, not now.
Oh, I can probably hear mine.
Maybe? Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's yours. Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Sorry.
Do you have any way of shutting out the keyboard, or?
I don't know. It's a very loud keyboard.
Yeah, it was very noisy.
Shall try to push it smoothly.
I was just thinking
Gently.
for viewers and stuff.
Be gentle.
Maybe push it like closer to your face. Do you have it on a boom arm?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
So maybe like
Maybe I could just put the mic a little bit further away.
yeah, maybe.
Go away, mic.
Or
You don't
like
need it.
put it closer to your mouth or whatever.
I can't. This is the extent
that's
of
the
arm right
extent
now
of the
because
arm. Okay,
where
yeah.
I have it.
Hi,
Makes
Mike.
sense. Makes sense.
So unless I whip it over there, but then I don't think the cable is long enough. So,
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
but if I try it over here first, we can. It might help a little bit if I just try to do it like this, a little bit of that.
Yeah. ASMR.
And this is reverse ASMR.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
now.
okay.
Let's try the keyboard again.
Yeah, I can still hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was actually just the last one. The key. I pushed it a lot.
Oh, okay.
So
So that it seems a bit better at least then. Nice.
let me try. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think. What I don't remember quite what we planned. We should talk to the guard at the last hour there, didn't we? Like at the fountain or something over there.
What? Should we talk to the guard close to the mansion and ask about the... what was it called again?
Dollarmar?
Yeah,
Something?
nothing. Yeah. Or should we try to talk to those guys so they don't, like, go looking for a brothel that doesn't exist?
As long as I can get within 30 feet, I can cast a spell and notify them.
Ah, nice.
But I have to get a little bit closer. But we can just take a little detour. We can just like go that way and follow the road, I guess. And if someone asks, we just say we don't find what we're looking for.
Well, the inn is that direction, I think, so it wouldn't make too much suspicion.
Yeah, we did ask the guard if where the inn was.
Yeah. So it should be okay.
Yeah.
I think I saw a torch going a strange way up the cliff over there. Some weird stuff happened, but I think they're there, maybe.
Is it like dark now, or is it just just gonna see like now?
Yeah, it's so that you can still like see sort of, but if it's a good enough distance, you still won't be able to see it because it just like grows into the dusk dark area. But it's not like pitch black.
Well, we can just go past them and try.
Yeah, if we see them, we could notify.
Yeah, you can see them if they're close by, right, Santosh?
I see some stumbling figures up on the hill there.
Oh, that's
probably them, I guess.
Yeah, sounds like them. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
I
see
bet
if
they
we
didn't
can
get up the hill in the first try. Or did I?
You're better off not knowing.
I was right then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna speed up a little bit.
Yeah, you can teleport over there if you want to. But...
I'm guessing you notify me when we're getting close where you saw the stumbling.
Yeah, and of course he still has the torch out, so.
Yeah. Okay. I just cast. Oh, they're actually both in reach. Yeah, I cast minor illusion.
Yeah.
Here. So they can hear a faint whisper in my voice that says, "There are no brothel."
That's a ghost.
In my voice.
Your owl also sees that they're moving towards you. By the way,
Let's pretend we don't understand it now.
We need
just
to
go
wait to react to see what they do first.
Well, they are here. They probably want to talk or something.
No, I was talking about they have to play their stuff out before we do.
no,
Or
you
want us
can
to jump in?
react to what they've done.
Okay.
To the illusion thing. That's best if you react to in real time, so that we don't have to backtrack to that.
So I guess since there's
Who said
brothel, there is no brothel.
I testified my voice.
It's funny
We
how
should probably-
idiotic you two have become by being together.
We are not.
Did you have like 20 int?
Yeah.
Well, you
it's
can be
not-
smart and stupid at the same time.
Yeah, it's street smarts and book smarts.
You can.
I think we should try to regroup or group up and ask what's up.
The thing is, we don't know them. Remember, Thomas.
Well, the guard is not here anymore. Let's just hear what they have to
true.
say.
That's true.
Do I have to roll to get down from this fucker, or can I walk down?
You can walk down. It's easier getting back down than what it is to get up.
Yeah,
You lose 20 HP. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, shit. I just desummon my owl, I guess.
Yep.
So what was this about no brothel? Or whatever it's called.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Hello, I'm George.
By the way,
Why
the
do
guard...
you approach strangers with asking about brothels? That doesn't seem like a common thing to do.
by the way, we don't know each other, if somebody asks.
I just say.
Hello, my name is George.
Say very quietly. The brothel is just a joke from the bartender in Waterdeep. Because he used to be one here.
Oh.
I just look around and say, there seems to be no one around.
So we have nothing to do, or what are we supposed to do then if there's nothing to find here?
We are going to try to get into the Lord's place by some kind of.
At this hour?
Yeah, it was. If you, they showed hospitality after it gets dark because they are he's descended from desert people and they have some such not rituals but traditions they do.
For
when they
me
get to
and
sleep.
for me and Aim as well. If we join you guys, is there some beer? You think?
I
Yes.
think
It'd be
just
weird if-
on the thing it would be weird if like two groups just merge up and we want to meet the Lord at the same time.
I guess, but we can pretend that we overheard that you talked about that they were serving drinks or whatever.
Yeah, the problem
Or
is
we
that
can
we
wait.
already know that it's an inn over here. Not an inn,
Yeah.
but a bar.
And the Lord is not located at the bar, I guess.
I don't think so. We have to go to his house.
Oh,
I mean, you guys could try to explore elsewhere in the mansion or something while we distract the Lord and some guards.
yeah.
If we can enter somehow.
A dwarf in splint mail gonna do a stealth mission? I don't think so.
True enough.
I think me and you can make good distraction.
The thing is, we got some information by a local here
Oh,
that actually had put up a job for find out what happened to his wife because she hasn't been seen in a year, and maybe if you go to the tavern, maybe you can find out some information about other locals. Because
If
this
somebody-
job was posted by one guy, but we don't know if, like, do the whole village kinda.
those people are going missing here, or is it just one person?
Well, as far as you know, just one person,
Huh.
and that's his wife. And I think it has something to do with experiments.
The
Because
wife died or something, and he buried her in the woods.
That or something else, but it could be nice to get some information from other villagers as well, maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of strange going around asking those kind of questions, but we
No.
will wrap it. We can wrap it in some package. It's gonna be okay.
People tend to talk a little bit when they're drunk,
Yeah, I know.
so might be.
You can go to the inn, can't we, MacGyver?
Yes.
I aim. Sorry, I don't mean to use your last name. I know you prefer aim, of course.
I would like
Yeah,
some
then
beer.
we're splitting up again. Do we have some kind of signal now that if something happens, or should we just wait for you guys?
Big better boom, I guess.
Should we like?
Couldn't you have your owl? You can just make it scream a lot. Then we know it's you guys.
Yeah, sure.
And if
I don't think we have anything, do we?
if they ring the alarm bell, it should come as well.
Yeah.
If they ring
If we
the-
do something wrong, I guess they're ringing the alarm there to get the guards over there. I guess.
I see. Okay, let's split up
So,
again. And if
please don't
everything
get too drunk.
happens, no, I just fake it. I'm like immune to poison almost. So
Yeah, we noticed that in the cave.
in the cave, yeah, I didn't die. There was a frog that killed me. But the frog has some acid fuckers in the stomach. I was not immune to that shit. Okay, let's split up and see you guys in the morning. I guess if everything goes okay, or are you guys coming back to the inn after to sleep, or?
I don't know how things gonna go at the Lord. For all we know, he's gonna offer to sleep over there. I don't know.
Oh, well,
kind
because the guard said maybe had to sleep on the floor on the inn, but me and MacGyver I shared rooms before, and I slept under his bed, like pretending to be in the hole. So that's no biggie.
Yeah, good luck.
I really like to be in tight spaces. Surrounded by mass. And
They
it's
probably
big.
have some holes for you in the graveyard.
Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one.
no.
A bit dark, but I thought you were a cleric.
Yeah.
It's
No.
Twilight Cleric, you know? It's
Twilight, yeah.
dark.
The dark is almost good for him.
You missed an incredible opportunity to be called Robert. Isn't that the name of the actor that played the vampire in Twilight?
Oh.
Robert Pattinson or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be
We
nice.
can start calling him that in real life. It's okay.
Robert Patterson. That's his new name. His real name.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's split up. I don't have any money left, so I guess you're paying for the beer and stuff.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
won't-
just to keep our undercover story, I'm George, and this is my friend Tommy.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Tommy, I
Thomas,
know
yeah.
you, so that's fine.
Huh?
Yeah, Tommy Thomas and George.
Yeah, Tommy Thomas. Yes, let's go. It was nice meeting three fellows like yourself. Nice armor and stuff and weapons.
Yeah, step away from me, lady peasants.
Peasants.
That
We
was not very nice.
are highly secure miners.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, we're like
okay.
we guard mines and escort iron golems and stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your time with the lady is up. Now move on. Yes.
Okay.
I get used to this.
I bow deeply.
You bow or you bow?
No, I bow. I make a bow.
You make a bow deeply.
Okay, cool. You make me a bow. Okay.
It's
Okay,
it's
truly.
called the bow in Dwarvish. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you said bow though.
Yeah.
And then you said it's
Well,
called
what you
bow
get-
in Dwarvish. Shut the fuck up.
In Dwarvish, it's spooky, but it's
It's
okay.
hard. It's hard when you have multiple personalities.
That was not where I was expecting that to go, but sure.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that
not.
would explain a lot.
It's not strange because your other personality didn't remember that you said it.
Let's go.
Wait, what? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, whatever.
Er det litt
Yep.
I
So,
guess we trying to find the inn.
yep. We can do the inn first.
Is it hard to find in this place or?
No, you can clearly tell that the official housings are for shops and stuff are over here. Everything else looks a bit more hut,
Yeah.
or cabin like.
Is it possible to teleport over there? Or do you want
Yes.
us to walk?
No, you can teleport. Completely fine. The town seems to be very much in harmony and settled in for the day, so there's not too much going on.
So, do you wanna try to be? Should we do the same plan here? Or?
Take the lead, or do you take the lead?
Well, you.
You can take the lead.
Okay,
Good job.
Thank you. I like stumble inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, back.
As you open the door, you notice more than anything. You notice the smell of fresh foods. There's no talking at all inside, except from a lady that keeps yammering to herself while washing some apples. She seems like a human lady in maybe her 40s, is what you're thinking at least. And she's standing behind a counter, but she doesn't seem to be preoccupied with anything else than just washing apples. And you can't see anyone else, and there's no stench of alcohol or anything throughout the entire building.
Is this the inn is this the wrong place?
Jeez! You hear her jump up, and you can see that she loses her apple onto the ground.
No need to be worried.
What are you doing here?
Looking for the inn. This is not the inn.
Who told you that we have an inn?
George.
The guy that looks scary at the front gate. He's standing
does
there
this-
with barricade. No, I mean barricade.
Why does this keep happening? We don't have an inn in this village. Are you first-time visitors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you
By the way,
willing to pay for food?
You dropped your apple there.
Oh, yeah, I know. Thank you, I guess. And she drops down to her knees to bring up the apple again.
We're willing to pay for play. It depends on the price, but my friend here he's like straight out of the university, so he's had a lot of gold to spend, I guess.
If I'm supposed to be actually kind to you now, I would suggest going to one of the guards by the mansion and asking for the customs in this village instead, that you can get free food. But if you're willing to pay, I'm more than willing to sell.
Yeah, we can buy from you, I guess. It's nice to help you are running the food in the town, or?
Yeah, very much so.
So is it like safe around there, or?
What do you mean safe? Why?
I just overheard the two guards talking about some missing person or something.
What? Missing person? What? Did he say anything else?
No, like some noble lady, whatever, that was gone, like had left and never come back.
Oh, they buy into that sort of nonsense.
Yeah, just talking. I'm just not. I didn't mean to pry, but they just talk loudly. So I'm just curious if because not to brag, but we have solved cases before, me and my friend. Like we are like sort of doing a little like firm, like the detective firm, sort of thingy. Like wandering around solving cases and like in exchange for food and shelter and stuff.
Oh, but no, I'm not one of the types that buys into that shit. That she's missing or whatever. Because
you think he killed her then?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
She puts away the basket of apples onto the counter and comes a bit closer. I provide the food for the town, okay?
Okay.
Let me tell you, even though we haven't seen her in a while, in a good while now that I think about it, when she's looking up towards the roof, then she looks down again at you. I still provide him with as much food as I used to when they were two.
Ah, I see. So either he has killed her and replaced her with another lady, or she's still there and eating for the same amount. But what you're saying that there should be two person because they're eating for two people.
Yes. Are there a lot of killings in your cases? You mentioned killings twice now.
Yes.
Yeah. We have sold. There was a cat that got like killed and.
What? Stop!
Sorry.
I don't want to hear any more about that. And you can see that you have clearly affected her.
No offense. I know it's a sore topic. We should change topic. What kind of food are you like specialized in this town? What kind of are we dealing with? Like some farming or fruit or?
I would say that what I specialize in is bakery stuff. So bread, good bread, pies, that sort of thing.
I love a good bread, especially in the morning.
I like a good pie.
Yeah, I have both.
Do you have something? Can we try or pay? Of course.
Yeah, you can. I've just finished up with an apple pie. So.
Oh, shit. Do you have some milk and something to drink with it? Like milk and pie, like my favorite.
I can try to cook up something milk regarding. I don't know. I need to see.
Oh. No worries. I just, when you have like the piece of pie, and it's kind of pie is kind of stuck in the top of your mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just take a big chunk of milk and you just mix it in the mouth, and then you swallow.
What I can do, since I can't provide you with that, and that sounds exquisite,
It is.
is because I have. Let's see. And she looks up at the roof again. I think I have 2 or 3 apple pies ready to go, so you can have half of one
Yeah.
for free as a taste.
Oh, that's so kind.
Both of you.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so you get one half and you can like cut it in 2 and then share it in between you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She goes over to the counter over here. And behind the counter, she like pops up an apple pie that you can see that is still steaming because it seems so hot. She puts it onto the counter and slides it over to your end of the counter, like over here. And you can see that she just looks at you and is smiling.
I'm just not breaking eye contact with her, and I just take one bite.
It is
Mm.
very sweet and savory, and when it comes to the taste, it's very, very good.
This is
I
maybe
take,
the
I'll
finest
take
pie
the
I've
2
tried.
others. I'll buy the other 2.
Oh, you'll
Buy
buy the
the
other
other-
2?
Yes.
I'm afraid that those are 2 silver pieces per apple pie, though.
Did you hear that?
You
Only
take
2
another
silver
spoonful and like, mm-hmm.
She puts up the 2 others that is also still steaming. They seem to have been made around the same time. She puts them up on the counter as well.
4 silver.
4 silver, yeah.
So,
I put down 5.
Oh, shit.
oh,
I appreciate it. You can note 2 more rations in your inventory.
You can take one and I'll take one.
nice. Apple pie ration. The other guys are gonna be so jealous. So,
Guys, we're here alone.
yeah, but the other guys from back home, when I tell the story, I meant.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, where were we? No, never mind. So,
By the way,
do you have
so,
anything to drink?
I have water and ale.
Ale it is.
Yeah, ale is the second best thing after milk to wash down a pie with.
She takes down this, and now it becomes quite clear why you haven't smelled ale or anything like that. It's because it's locked away. So she pops off the roof, boom, and brings out 2 mugs made of tree or made of wood, and smacks them full, the both of them, and asks for 2 silver pieces.
That smells delicious.
For how many was that?
2 silver pieces for 2. That's for both of the glasses, though, or both of the mugs.
What kind of beer is that? Is it some kind of fruity?
Okay,
smell,
I paid her the 2.
Thank you, and I do not know if I'm afraid, because this is not made by me. This is something that I get from someone else.
Is it imported here, or do you make it here?
No, it's imported from Waterdeep.
Ah, I see. So, if you want to get to the bottom of this rumor, who knows more about what's going on at the mansion, I guess, or what the Lord is doing?
The Lord, I guess, wouldn't be the logical.
Do you like see people like us, like commoners and stuff? I guess not.
He would, if you would, accord to his custom, he would.
Oh, what kind of costume is that?
I'm not entirely sure. I haven't delved too much into it myself. But the only thing that I know is that apparently visitors have some kind of way of leaning into getting into that mansion. So.
Oh, well, it's too late tonight. I think so. But
Yeah. Makes sense.
Is there anywhere we can sleep tonight, or?
If you're willing to sleep on the floor, you can grab the second or third floor of my establishment, I guess.
How much?
Yeah.
Let's say a silver piece each.
A silver piece each.
Yeah.
I've slept on the floor many times when doing recon missions and stuff, so that's normal for me.
Yeah, I'm sorry to if it is any disappointment, but we do not have enough visitors in this village where we have actually made an inn.
Is it because Waterdeep is so close and so big?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So this
because
is
a lot
just-
of people that visit here are not here to stay for days, so.
Yeah. So this is just a little outpost that do a bit of farming, I guess, for Waterdeep, or
You
What do
can
you
see
guys-
that she's looking around, sort of.
what's
Sure.
wrong? What's wrong?
No, we don't do anything for Waterdeep. As little as we can do for Waterdeep, the better.
I see. Yeah, I heard about that.
Heard about what?
No, I just some friends of mine. They're not here right now. Not in the village. They're not here in the village. But they talked about maybe people that didn't like the government or whatever in Waterdeep, that they were moving towards this place. I guess they said something about that.
Yes, and that is true. That is how this village spawned. That is the reason that we exist in this place, and that is also the reason why you can't see us on a map. So.
Okay, but I guess you try to grow as a village, or what's your end goal here? Are you just trying to survive, or?
Our end goal is to die in peace.
I see. Not get mixed up in political whatever Waterdeep is doing.
Yeah, not die by the sword of others, basically.
Yeah. Well, I would be happy if I died with a nice piece of that pie in my mouth. So you do.
Understandable. And I'm thankful to hear that.
Yeah. Well, I think we have got quite a lot of knowledge from you about the situation here, and this is going to help us with our further investigation. Our client is going to be pleased.
Wait. Yeah, I'm glad I sort of... What client is that, if I may ask?
It's a secret.
We didn't get the...
Yeah, not both of you at the same time.
No, what my friend here, George, wanted to say is just we don't talk about who the client is, because it's
You
kind of
don't
what we-
talk about who the client is, even though when I asked who the client was, you both spoke at the same time, so I couldn't
George,
even hear you.
Remind me, we shouldn't talk about the client. Remind me. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
what we're trying to say is, like, when we, our firm, George and Thomas, it's called George. We are working on a bad name, but it's George and Thomas. Solve your case today is the slogan. We take missions and saying you can be anonymous if you want. So the client, we don't even know. Thomas, isn't that right, George? We don't know the name.
Yeah, that's like our specialty.
Yep. It calls Brains for Hire. It's like what we do as well. There's another slogan, Brains for Hires.
Yeah.
So we like do 10 to 100 gold range. We do the, like, so if you have some thing, a mystery you want to get solved, or you lost a spoon or whatever, we can do like that. That's probably 10 gold, like finding a spoon. But so we can solve a murder mystery. That's like 100 gold.
Hey, okay, I get it. Okay. Client not talking about. You solve a whole bunch of different issues. Okay, I get it. It's fine.
Like this guy is wicked smart. He's been to school and stuff. Like this friend of mine,
Wait, is that the
George.
definition? Then?
George. Yeah, if you've been to school, you're smart. Yeah. Isn't that what they say? Scholarship.
Yes, where I'm from, that's the slogan.
If you've been to school, you're... Yeah, okay. Difference of opinions, I guess, but yeah.
It was the third floor, you said? I think we should head up and try to...
Second
sleep
or
well.
third, whichever you want, I guess.
Yeah, we're not like if you are intruding, you have to say we can sleep elsewhere.
No, you're not intruding. It's
Well,
fine.
Well, thank you for your hospitality, and I really appreciate those pie. Don't stop making them; they're really good.
I will not.
Yeah.
Can assure you of that.
Well, we will head up.
Yeah.
Discuss maybe some plans before going to bed. Just so we see you in the morning. Okay.
Yep, that's fine. Completely fine. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, good night.
I guess second floor is okay, George.
Yes.
Oren fucked up over the counter as well. So, as you're heading towards the second floor and settling in for the night, the other part of the party is making the trek over to the mansion. So we can pop over to those people again.
Resident Evil.
I'm so happy for us. We're doing great.
Yeah, we can make a firm. It's gonna be so nice.
Yeah. George and Tommy, no one's gonna know who we are. Super good.
So, then you can mute, that is Oran and Ein. And then it's you three.
Let's run away. No.
I hope they will be okay. Oh well. Yeah.
Holy shit. A long range shot.
So to the boss mansion, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's go there.
You can teleport over there if you want to.
Yay! Teleport.
What's our-
Part in my life.
Did we decide on
And discuss whatever you want to on the way there.
a reason for why we're here?
I think I'm just gonna say that.
Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
It is here.
Oh, that direction. Okay. Yeah.
Just need to get up that big ass map. Because I remember. See. Waterdeep, you are over there. I think I'm just gonna. We can say that we were on the way to Golden Fields. It's a city more northeast from here. It's a farming. I think it's a farming city or something. And I know that they worship a god called Chanti, the goddess of agriculture.
Okay.
And well, my grandfather is worshipping that god, so I can just say that you're going that way to meet him.
Yeah. I'm just gonna grunt anyway, so it's.
Yeah. But you want to use? I probably have to introduce you. You want to use fake
I'm
names? or-
Agent 47.
Agent 47.
What the hell?
Well, feel free to use my name. I've been a mercenary, so that's a good cover story anyway, I think.
Yeah, not you're gonna use last name anyways. So I might, if I ask you why we are going this way, I might just blame one of you for, going the wrong way or something. Yeah, to
Yeah,
have
sure.
a reason for why we went this way.
So,
Say,
That's fine.
as you're approaching the mansion, you can see that on the mansion there's also two heavily armored guards with spears standing outside, and there's even a light coming from the outside here, but there's also light coming from the inside of the house as well. And you can clearly tell that this is the most well-kept house of the entire village, both in size and in how maintained it seems. So, but as you're
It's really
approaching,
good.
you can see one of the guards coming out sort of to meet you. stay right there. Stay right there. And it just comes with like a calm hand towards you. A man in his 30s. Seems like, at least to you. So, why are you venturing over to our Lord's house?
Well, I've heard your lord was very fond of. I heard about this Dormirena.
You heard about that, have you? And you can see that in this window. You can see that the light goes away for like a second or two and then comes back. And you can hear the door open, the main door already. And you can hear someone, sort of like a friendlier voice saying, "Did someone alter my costume?"
Yes.
And a man comes out around the corner. A darker skinned man who seems sort of bald, but he has a tiny bit of hair on resting, like black hair resting on the very tips of his forehead, and it goes sort of like a mohawk almost without having the volume of a mohawk.
Aww.
But he's clad in purple noble clothing. So, you wanted my custom, was that it?
Yeah, I heard about it, so I was quite intrigued.
For the right reasons. Who do I have the pleasures of speaking to?
My apologies. I am Tyrell Kendall. Then I make a bow, and
He makes a
From
bow as
the-
well. And these two?
This is my bodyguards. It's
I'll just drop.
Langa and Sontash.
Okay. Bodyguards? Are you...
Yes. I'm a lord from the city of Fandolin.
Oh! Okay. A woman lord.
Well, maybe not a lord, but you know.
Comes closer and takes out his hand.
Yeah, I take out my hand as well.
He shakes your hand, and you can see that he seems quite enthusiastic about the fact that you're a lord and a woman. I'm glad to see that places are evolving. That is the reason why I'm here at all. So, and he treks sort of a few steps back. Oh yeah, oh of course. What are you waiting for? Come in.
Thank you.
And the guard goes back to his spot as well, and he goes inside the house.
Maybe more appropriate with saying lady instead of lord, but
Whenever he gets into the house, you can feel that there's a cozy sort of environment here. It seems very friendly, very warm, but there is not like a whole bunch of furniture down here. It seems to be mostly contained of foods and a good type of wine and beer. It smells of them both, and they seem to be very fresh and very good. He sort of clambers you over to this area where you can see when you come around the corner, you can see a big table was almost presenting itself for you to sit down in and to have a bunch of guests so that they can eat and talk shit, basically. Oh, but he goes over and he just gestures with his hands towards the table and says that you are more than welcome to sit down. Grab a carpet even if you want to, and he points towards the carpets, and you can see that there's purple carpets that seem to be handmade. If you ever so please, at least.
yeah, we can surely take one.
I look at Tariel.
Pick one up and give to Sontash. Take it for me, are you? Sontash, please.
It feels like very finely made cloth. It seems to be very fine carpeting, basically. It's
Like carpet sondage?
Maybe in a past life.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But sit down, sit down. So, what have you heard about my famous custom, apparently?
Well, I heard of your hospital. Oh god, why can't I say that freaking word?
Hospitality.
Hospitality. Why we can have interesting conversations and good food, I heard.
Then you have heard very much correct. Very much so. And the door is open again. Just hold on 2 seconds. Just make yourselves at home, okay?
Strip naked.
Goes over to the door. Ron! Ron! Yes, sir? Was there something you needed? Or was it just why is the door open? I don't know, sir. I'm sorry. Just close it again, okay? I'll pay more attention. And he goes inside the building again and closes the door. And you can hear him like mumbling, weird. So, anyway,
That's weird.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
So, where are you from? If you don't mind me asking. Well, let's start with that. While you can just talk to me while I prepare some food. And he goes over by the table and starts scrambling some good foods together.
well, as I said earlier, I'm from a city called Fandalin. It's up in the base of the Sword Mountains,
Oh,
north of the Mayor of the Dead Man, to the east.
oh, okay. Interesting.
It's a city that not a big one. It's a little village, more likely. But we took it over. We got it from Neverwinter Inn for like 400 years ago,
Okay.
and my family's been running it almost ever since.
Oh, interesting. So that's, I assume that's where you found these two as well?
No, this I actually met in my travels.
Oh,
So, because Langa's been working as a mercenary, and I hired him.
okay.
And Sontosh here is quite a unique fellow, so it's good company.
Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
He doesn't talk that much, though.
No, I've noticed. None of them do, it seems like. So he turns around again, and then you can see that he has stuffed plates, almost as he was in like food service before. You can see that he seems almost professional in the way that he has stuffed plates and stuff on his arms, so that he juggles, so that he has room for 4. And he sits them on the table, and you can see that it's pie, bread, and stuffed pig, and very, very good and nice carrots that he's come with. And he turns around again and saying on his way back that just stuff your mouths full. Don't mind me, I'm just going to get some good wine.
Thank you. Looks delicious.
Thank you. Hopefully it is as well. So he goes over to one of the barrels, grabs a fine, you can see, even from the bottle, it sort of looks quite expensive. And he grabs it off of the barrel, and you can see that it's red wine, and he comes out with 4 glasses as well, which is putting down on the table. And when he smacks like the bottle down, you can also hear a thump coming from above you. Like a doom, like a big thump all of a sudden. And you can see that he
I
smacks the
stand up and like,
Don't worry. You can see that he's looking up. It's just my cat. My cat is making a ruckus upstairs.
the cat.
Has cat maybe got a little bit fat lately?
Yeah,
Eaten too much?
I think I left a glass of water or something next to my bed last night. I'll be right down again, okay? Just make yourselves at home, okay? Just sit here, eat some good food, and I'll be right back. And it disappears up the stairs. You can hear him sort of like scurrying away.
Okay,
I think that was
I don't think that was a cat.
I don't think so either.
Why would he lie though?
Because you probably have something, tied to the bed or something that he
What?
doesn't want to get out or something. Either the kid or the.
While he's up and nobody's kind of looking around, I cast Detect Evil and Good. Just to,
Yeah. Let's
be-
see. Let's see. I need to see what that spell does.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Santosh. This wine and food is good.
For the duration, you know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you.
I think I'm just going to cast Gift of Alacrity on myself, just in case.
Yep.
I get.
Say that now, I'm afraid.
Your spell does not detect anything.
No,
That's good.
nothing desecrated nearby either.
No. You can all of a sudden you hear from the corner. Why? What are you doing? Why are you casting spells? What is happening?
From the corner, where?
From over here.
Oh. I kind of get a bad feeling. I know that voice.
Materializing in front of you is Oscar.
Oh god.
That's why the door was open.
Indeed. You can see that he seems to be in his regular kind of black clothing, except that he's changed shoes since last time.
More silent.
Maybe. Why do we keep meeting like this? Why are you here?
Figure what the fuck is wrong with this place?
Like, isn't it sort of obvious though? You don't think that was a cat, right? That wasn't just
No,
me.
that was the cat. You know that.
Yeah. So, what do we do here?
Well, now is a perfect opportunity. If you can, we can stall him with his dinner, and you can check out the house.
Yeah, or we can just walk up together and corner him.
What are you here for? Are you the?
Yeah, but what
you-
kind of job do you have here?
I found a notice.
Oh, you're the
And
guy from
never-
Neverwinter.
Yes.
You have you met up with your supposedly informant here?
No, I saw you. I followed you.
Sorry. we was asked by him that he was from the Neverwinter, and we kind of like had to wing it.
What? So you said yes? Are you accepting my payment?
Yeah, but you can get payment.
What? We can share it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sure, we can share it.
Yeah.
We can
You
do
know
the
what
job
this
here.
entails, right?
Maybe killing him or
No, maybe killing a baby?
oh god. Yeah, we have kind of this. Is a baby? Not is it not older?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
If my calculation is correct, I don't think this is older. No.
Yeah, but
Can
But
we?
did you take
kidnap
this
it?
job knowing because we was talking to God, the kid in our group, the 16-year-old dude.
Ricardo?
Huh? What?
Ricardo?
Ricardo.
Yeah?
Yeah. He wanted us to check out this rumor about this place
Okay.
to follow up what
Oh.
Vilma has been doing. You know.
Yeah, I haven't let him in on a loop. I only said that my morals was kind of conflicted on this one, I said. So this was probably one of the hardest missions that I had to do. What I said to him.
Well, we can just hope the baby's a demon baby, and then we don't have to be that.
Okay. What are we doing? Am I supposed to like check out the rest of the house, or should we just corner him?
The only problem with cornering him is if he maybe he doesn't want his guards to know either. So maybe they don't want to call the guards.
No, or if he calls on the guards, they'll just put this through his neck or put this through something, and he looks at his knife.
So much violence with you.
Is there any other way from time to time?
You can talk your way out of a lot of things, actually.
So we're supposed to talk our way out of this one.
Yeah, I don't know. But maybe cornering is the best idea. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. I'm just trying to. I'm throwing things out there because I'm not
Come
sure.
on, other two. What's your opinions, man?
Well, we can go up, pretend to assist him, then get surprised from whatever is there. Maybe play innocent until
Yes.
we need.
Since we're spending so much time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're worried about his cat.
Okay, but okay. Here's the plan then. I'll go invisible. I'll follow you. But I won't show myself unless it is actually necessary. Because he doesn't know that I'm in the house. I was very unsure of how it would go when I had to open the door. But thankfully I got in without arising too much suspicion. Oh.
Yep.
So I'll go invisible and I'll follow you, okay? So you'll still have you'll be assisted by me. It's just that I won't show myself unless it is necessary. So you're taking the lead on this one, okay?
Okay.
Sure.
He goes invisible again.
Well, that's a cool ability. Just go invis at will. Should we knock on the door? We can knock and then just go in.
I don't know. Yeah. If
Yeah,
you don't get an answer.
I just knock at the door.
Yeah? I'll be right there. Don't worry. Just eat and feel yourselves at home.
I just pretend I didn't hear that. I open the door like, are you okay?
When you open the door, you can see him standing over a bed, where you feel like the first thing that notifies the three of you as you open the door is the terrible stench that sort of comes from the room. A mixed stench of rotten and urine and feces. You notice that the stench is very, very, very present. It seems like it almost been cooped up in here for a long time, that stench. And you can see him standing over a bed where there clearly is some sort of person lying in the bed. On the left side of the bed, you can see him standing next to this person. You can hear wheezing from the bed as well, like someone not being able to breathe properly. So they're breathing like a heavy wheeze every time they breathe. You can see him standing shocked towards you. I told you! Go away! Stay downstairs! Lock the door!
Lock the door downstairs, you mean?
No, this door! Lock the door! Go away!
What is happening in here?
What
Smells
the
like
fuck
death.
is doing here?
Nothing of your concern, okay? That's not why you're here. Go away, please!
Do we see it like it's a adult that's lying in the bed, or is it
Yes, you can see that it's an adult lying in the bed that he's standing over. But you can also see that next to him, there's a crib.
Lord. We are moving in.
Why are you coming into the room? I'm telling you to stay away! And he takes 2 steps away from the bed.
Oh, smells
Do I
like the warm
detect
party.
anything now?
You don't, there's none such, because it's aberration, celestial, elemental, fiend, or undead. No, you do not.
No.
But you, all three of you, notice a slight nudge coming from behind you. So it seems like almost like an entity or a creature is moving in
I'll move,
between you.
Oh lord.
Are they?
What are you doing
the
here?
person dead?
No, they're not dead.
What does this smell?
It's I just haven't cleaned in some time. Okay, can you please leave? And you can hear
Yeah,
from the
I'm
bed like, my love, what is happening? And he sort of turns his attention over to the bed again. Don't worry, I'll get them out of here in no time. Don't worry about that. Just rest. And he comes back again. What are you doing here?
Seems like mixing a little bit of Titan blood was not a good idea, wasn't it?
What? What are you talking about? Who are you?
The gig is up.
Yeah, the gig is up. What's it called again? Tower Storms, ringing a bell.
What? What are you talking about?
You left some papers there?
Left some paper? Shit. My documents.
It's not clever to talk about yourself in third person and writing your own name in the documents.
What? That was supposed to be documentation for whatever happened, whatever is the ultimate goal here.
And what is that?
To save the world, of course. Don't you see that? And he sort of looks back at both the crib and the bed.
Save the world from what?
From disease and pain and suffering.
This looks like
By
the
killing
sweet
everyone?
pains.
Killing everyone? No, that was not that is not the plan.
And what is the plan? To try to recreate what it didn't... that failed last time?
Yes, but no.
What?
No. I'm supposed to create something else and caring for whatever offspring carries it. Look, we care. And he points over at the crib, and you can hear a tiny wheezing from the crib as well.
You know how many people this killed the last time it was unleashed on the world?
Yeah, but that was because millennia wasn't cared for. Okay?
I don't think so.
I want to do something like to try to intimidate him.
Yeah.
That I summon my weapon, packed weapon, and like stomp it on the floor at the floor at the same time.
Calm down. There's no
No, I'm going
reason
to
for
say something.
hostilities. Yeah.
They're going to say something as well. So you think you can do a better job than all the scientists that worked in millennia? You are just a nobody, noble.
Yes. Of course. The problem wasn't the scientists that worked on her. The problem was that she didn't get cared for, so she didn't allow things to happen. She didn't allow people to try to save things with her blood.
One question: how much does our characters know about like the history of millennia?
It is quite well known if you have opened a book in your lifetime.
So we know that like oh god, what's it called again? Akira cared a lot about millennia. And stuff.
Yeah, that is quite well known.
Yeah. You don't think it was love involved in the last time too, like Akira and his love
He
for
was
millennia?
a husband. He was a husband. A husband cannot care for her the same way like a father and mother would, or could, from a young age. I mean, don't you see what we're trying to do here? Just leave us alone, please.
Yeah, you're killing your family. Oh my god.
I'm not
Yeah, that's
killing
what
anyone.
Does your wife seems healthy, or your kid
You
seem
can
healthy to you?
you can hear that the wife at least is trying to get like a word in edgewise, but her breathing doesn't even allow her to. So she can't
Did you
even.
know this disease was spread
What do you
out
mean spread?
to animals
What?
around in the cities?
You
They've
already
infected animals that have been around killing people.
You already infected other villages
Yeah.
Really?
because of the things you've done.
Oh, so they get affected by this too. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be the curious type right now. I know. But please just tell me why you're here.
stop this disease from emerging again? I
Stop
know
it.
that your intentions are good, that you want to do something good with this, but this is not good.
But what do you mean by stopping it? And he looks over at the crib and the wife.
I think you know what that means.
Make sure no more people dies from this cursed disease.
Wait. You're coming here just to end the life of a child?
That's
I
the
don't-
only
that's-
solution.
Do you have a cure?
The only thing I can see is a child in great pain.
But
Well, unless you have a cure, then
I don't know. Well, where are you from? Where are you from? Can't you do you know there's a big city not too far away from here? It's called
You think
Waterdeep?
really Waterdeep's gonna help you?
No, not me. But maybe if you take at least give the child a chance.
So you want us to take the child
Yeah,
to a big city to
Yeah.
try to cure it
Yeah.
when it's already infected other people and it's infectious?
Okay.
You see that you don't want septic, right?
Okay, I can explain the animals, okay? I can explain the animals.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew about the animals, okay? It was me that infected it with the blood. Them. Okay? If I confess...
yeah, we know that from your documents.
Yeah, and if I confess to that, can you please just... this thing is not infectious by touch. I've cared for this child, and I'm not infected. I've cared for her, and I'm not infected.
I've been infected.
You
It
have?
wasn't
Yeah, that's true. He almost
not a
died.
good feeling.
By touch?
By blood.
Yeah, exactly, by blood. Exactly.
I've heard about what blood does in this place, or
Yeah,
did.
Yeah,
Why
but
would you want to? Why would you want that back?
I was going to treat. I told you I was going to treat it differently. I was going to care for the child, make sure that it had like a good, proper upbringing, so that it would want to save the world. And
I think you failed to see what happened in history. It didn't matter what Melina wanted or thought or what her morals were. She was exploited and used by other evil people.
yeah, but I'm not evil.
No, but what do you think going to think if you have a miracle child saving people? What do you think going to happen? They're going to test, experiment with this child and tap it for blood.
I'll defend it with my life. They won't
Yeah.
come past me.
You and whose army?
The guards that I have here.
Yeah, that's going to stop Waterdeep or Neverwinter or...
Do they even know about this?
Of course they did. And you can see that he looks around at the boarded up windows.
Yeah. I don't think they're quite on the know-how here.
Um,
I'm not sure
Please.
they're as willing to help if they
Please.
know you've been experimenting.
please,
And the problem-
please,
the
please, please,
problem
please,
is-
please, please, hear me, please. I'm begging you here. And you can see that he goes down on one knee. I'm begging you. Please, at least give the child a chance. If you need to, like, beat me into a pulp or whatever, it's fine.
I'm
Just
approaching
the
while he's
child.
talking. Yeah.
When you get closer to the child, you can see that it's lying in a crib that seems quite well kept, but you can see that the child is wheezing. You can hear it very well when you come close to it, and you can see that the chin, on the left chin of the child, it seems like a lady, a woman, or female. The chin of the child seems to be made of bark, and the eyes seems to be green and crystal blue, one eye of each, and you can see that the child is clearly struggling to breathe normally.
Can I try to do a medicine check without, touching too much?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Oh, This one.
That's not good at all, yeah.
Oh man, it was 19.
369.
Oh yeah,
Then
that's
you
better than 20.
have-
That's better than 20. Yeah, that's good.
That baby squeezed in one more time.
So 9.
Yeah.
The little you can tell is that it seems to it sort of seems to be infected with the same thing that you were infected by, but you don't know by which stage. Sort of, you don't know how serious it is. If it's
This is
just
far
as
beyond
simple
me.
as it was fixing you, or if it's more like complicated, you don't know.
How long has it been like that?
Trying to. I think it was 3-4 months ago that she was born.
It's been like that all the time.
Yeah.
You were born like that?
Yes. Please just give her at least a chance. I didn't like children before this happened, but I've
what happened?
grown fond of her.
What happened to your wife?
I think she took the piece of the Titan's DNA that doesn't interact as well with humans or with humanoids. I think, and he comes closer to her and like gives you almost a gesture that you're allowed to come a bit closer to, if you want to. So when you get closer, you can see that with her, she has what sort of, at least at some point, resembled blonde hair, but it's only almost stripes left now of that hair. And you can see that her entire right side of her body, arm, leg, and everything included, when he like tucks a bit of the bed or the sheets away, you can see that her entire right body is turned to tree. She actually can't move out of the bed at all, and from what you can tell, it doesn't seem like he has been able to change her sheets even, because the feces and urine that you've smelled is embedded into the bed so hard that it's gone through the mattresses and everything, and it's almost rolled down to the floor underneath the bed.
Oh.
This is all even more fucked up the first campaign.
Now we get there.
But do you have any part of the glass Titan left? Do you use it all for your experiments?
I used the last of it on myself.
Oh, because you were infected at some point.
No, because I wanted the DNA.
Oh, okay.
So you took Glass Titan DNA and she took...
She took the one from the Forest Titan outside of Versiwood.
So you found 2 hearts.
No, we found 1 heart in the Turnback Mountains, and we found bark from remnants of a Forest Titan in Versiwoods. There was... The Blood Mother had resided inside Versiwoods, but the very like edges of the forest didn't get infected by her. Because that was... The reason it didn't get infected was apparently because it was remnant of a Forest Titan. So... this is something that I can say in Norwegian. But hvis dere husker første campaign, når dere var i Verswoods, første delen av Verswoods var ikke infekta. Og det på grunn av at det var remnants av en Forest Titan.
Ja.
Stemmer.
I don't like this.
I don't think there's any hope for your wife. I don't know if there's any hope for the kid either. This curse is so strong.
But you have to give the child a chance at least. I think my wife and I can accept the sacrifices that we made.
Is your child worth the life of other children?
But just don't mix her blood with anyone else's.
But who
Try.
Who would even know anything about this?
No one.
Wasn't this 40 years ago last time this happened?
But try something. Try to find a healer of some sort. Try to find out something about this. Try to figure out if there's some way of reversing this at all. Try at least. You want a
And-
child's blood on your hands?
I don't
but
think
that
that's.
doesn't work.
If you think about it, last time with this curse, you kind of had to use.
The door
Right.
suddenly closes. Continue.
Do we know? Do we know from the history books what they use to cure people?
No, but don't you
No, I'm
see?
just asking you as a GM. I don't know
Oh.
if our characters have that information that we know that. Like you have to have the glass heart titan.
Yeah, no, you don't know that. The only thing that
No.
you know is that the thing that you've encountered throughout this disease can be cured by Great Restoration. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that you know.
The reason I asked about Glass Tyson is I heard that it can cure anything. So
Yeah, the Glass Titan heart thing is quite common, commonly known, because they have been stolen.
And
I don't mind trying to rescue the child, but you need to be punished for the crimes you've done. You understand that?
I get it. I get it. I get it. And
And
we
I
all
don't
know. We all know. Come on. We all know how this is going to end with his punishment. And Oscar materializes again. So he's done being undercover now as well.
Was he talking about him?
Oscar was saying that we all know how this ends
Oh, yeah.
for him. And he materializes with his hand crossbow in his hand, sort of pointing towards the head of Mara. What? You're more people here too?
Oscar, do you need to shoot him? Can't you let the
For the good of my payment.
judges decide?
For the good of my payment, I need some sort of resolvement here that doesn't require the law.
I just look weirdly at him.
what? That's kind of jobs he sometimes takes.
So, if we're not killing the child, I'm at least killing this motherfucker. And he points the hand crossbow at him again. Are you...
The problem is about the cure is that I don't think we heard any about people getting this bad and getting well. There were like people just having like symptoms and lying in bed, but the people we saw in that village didn't have bark skin and wheezing.
No,
it was
but
still pretty bad though.
I'm going to indicate who's talking now by doing this, which I usually do when it's... or I can do it with this instead, because then it's not that prominent in the scene. But, come on. If he wants the child to get a chance, that's fine by me if it's fine by you, but this motherfucker at least doesn't leave this room.
I mean, he would probably be sentenced to death anyway.
Yeah, true.
You're going to allow me to actually get to a court system? Fuck no.
I don't think it would really help people knowing what you've done here. It would just freak them out anyway.
Yeah, and I think the problem is if you actually get the authorities involved, I think this whole village is just gonna get slaughtered by the.
That's true.
You know, with the kind of standing you have with the authorities.
You just give them an excuse to burn everything down.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Please.
gonna just like say, "Oh, the whole city was infected." But
Yeah, please don't let that happen. We've built too much here. And we've tried to keep people or treat people with respect, so we can't let that happen. Please let these people like live on without too much issue. Please.
Well, we can do that. Oscar? I
don't. It doesn't matter to me when it comes to the rest of the people. They can live by themselves for the rest of their life, for my part, unless they've been in on this in some way, shape, or form. Because the only thing that I know is that for me to get my payment and for this to have a resolvement in a way that's satisfactory to me, I need to fire this crossbow at someone. that is in this room that is not
And
a part of our organization.
Yeah, I'm not it. So
No.
if like the two others don't have anything to say about it, I think that is the best way.
I have an idea. It doesn't counteract with your plan, but if we... Well, the wife ain't gonna survive this anyway. I'm sorry, I'm just putting it out there. She's never seen
We
anyone
can't
like
even
that.
move her, so
Nah. But what I'm thinking is, whatever we wind up doing with the kid, we can maybe just burn down this house and everything with it is caught in the flames. And we will just get caught running out saying that the flames were too big and we could do nothing to save it.
that, or we can just pretend we died in it.
Yeah, that can work too. I don't want this to ever get out again. I don't want to scare the whole fucking world.
Yeah.
I'm actually scared just standing here in this shit.
I look at Oscar, but I just like, I'm guessing your client wants something improve. Or-
He mentioned some sort of ring, he said. And he looks at and squints sort of towards Mara. And you can see that Mara examines his hands, and you can see that he has one sort of fat gemstone ring on one of his fingers. Is this the one he's talking about? And you can see that Oscar takes a step closer. Probably, I would imagine so. This ring kind of sticks out, so that makes sense.
But I still don't understand why you did this. You said you wanted to save the world? From what?
From disease and pain, I said. From disease and pain. I wanted to provide people with a cure to whatever ailed them. We really thought we could do this.
It's a noble cause, but it's really the wrong way to do it.
I've been trying to tell you, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad human.
Yeah.
I invited you into my home.
I know that you kind of are a good person and you didn't want this, but I think the people that got infected beg to differ.
Yeah.
I guess.
Sometimes by trying to do good, we do wrong.
Yeah.
True.
I think you've been too much in your own world. You have no input from others. You're in an echo chamber. You just, your own thoughts are all you hear.
Or my wife's as well, though. And he looks back at the wife.
Can she talk?
Yeah.
Not anymore. But before that, before all of this.
But still just an echo chamber. You're two people with the same opinions, just empowering each other by feeling the same. There's no one else to limit you or prevent you from doing stupid things like this.
We didn't think it was stupid, though.
No. But if you asked other people, they would probably not agree with the methods used here.
Yeah.
You can cross out the probably, I think.
Yeah.
But fuck this. Are we going to let this douchebag...
No, we're not gonna let him go. We see what you can do about the child, and as long as you agree to forfeit your life here, I guess.
Do I have any other choice?
No.
Well, I think the other choice is authorities, and that's not going to be well received, I think.
No.
Believe me, the authorities is not a choice.
This
I
is your
think-
best option either way. I'm sorry.
Can you at least give me the space that I can kneel down in peace?
What?
You're on the table. Table. He kneels down, and you can see that Oscar takes aim with his hand crossbow.
You and your wife will be at peace in the everlasting darkness. And may La Thunder take care of you.
Any last words from any of the others? And he still points the hand crossbow and looks at you.
Well said.
Okay, this is it, I guess, unless you have any last words. You've been speaking way too much already, I think. I just want to repeat once again that and you can hear the hand crossbow go off as he's still talking, like, and aiming straight towards his head, and you can see that it stops in front of his head, and that the arrow starts like spinning slowly around.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
I think I can't let you do this after all, and you can roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Fucking shit.
So I'm so happy I'm drinking beer and eating apple pie.
And you hear a big explosion, the whole house is exploding, and you're just sitting there sipping. Oh,
Never be
fireworks.
this easy.
I guess this is happening while we're eating apple pie.
Yes, this is happening.
Caroline time. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh god. Yeah. A good thing
Oh,
I
God.
used gift collection. Pretty dumb.
15.
15. Let's see.
Fuck's sake. Oh, no.
Okay, so first that one. 10 plus 1. Yay, 11!
So, it was 15. Was it 15 on Sontash?
Yep.
11 on Tariel. Longa got 16.
Yeah.
And now I need to roll for Mr. Woodbarrel.
Gonna get myself something to drink.
Ooh.
Go. Yeah, I'm going all out this encounter. These people have to die.
Well,
So.
if you go all out, then people will die.
Yeah.
Like 80 damage in one round. Let's go.
At least 40 maybe. We'll see.
So, the combat starts by Mara heading over here, and it touches the wall, and you can see that like a blue sort of force light engulfs the entire inside of the walls, and it seems to also go inside of or outside of the doors, and also on the inside downstairs and stuff as well. And you can almost feel that when you're when you're like making noise now, it seems sort of muffled, like almost like the sound is sort of enclosed to this area, so that you if you would scream at the top of your lungs, no one could hear you on the outside.
It's a torture chamber.
Well, that works in our favor. We can go all out with blasting. Oh.
And heads over to you and uses, or tries to at least, Eldritch Blasts Tariel.
Mess.
Warlock versus Warlock.
17 to hit.
17!
Yes.
Damn, that's a hit. I could use... How many beams are it?
15!
15 beams. I think I'm just gonna... I pop shields. I don't want to take any chances. So 21.
So 21, there's another beam coming.
That was a good thing I did. So at least level 5.
A crit.
Oh my fucking...
Of course it was crit.
fucking...
So you take 11 force damage.
11. Damn.
Yes, that's the average of the crits. So yeah.
It's 1/3 of my HP though.
And
That's yeah.
it's Langa.
Oh, thank you. It's only that. Ooh.
Yeah. No, fuck it. Pop in bonus action. I'm summoning my Echo here.
Yeah, let me get out the echo.
Just like the echo chamber you've been in. I'll slay man. And I'm going all out from the start, so I'll just see. I'll activate Thunderstruck,
Thunderstruck! Yep.
and I'll try to hit him with the regular strike just to gouge his AC and stuff, I guess.
Yep.
Let's see, so Grisser +6. 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
So we roll Greatsword. And Thunderstruck is 2d6, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I will replace the 1 from the Greatsword as well, by the way. I'll roll this now. Oh wow, that's some bad rolls. Let's see, so
13?
2 more. So yeah, 13.
Yeah, 13.
And I take d6 to myself as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be a 6.
No.
Oh,
Haha,
shit! Nice!
I will then use Unleash Incarnation.
To smack him for... How much was it?
Was 9 slashing and 4 thunder.
Yeah, so 13. You summon your echo straight in front of you, so you're just standing there looking lazy once again in the fight. But your echo just smashes into Mara with a thunderous vigor. But it still stands, of course.
Yeah, of course. That's why you're popping Unleash Incarnation.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Should I? Fuck it, I'll try. I do a -5 to hit, I guess.
Yep.
So it's only +1.
Maximum damage.
So 13 to hit.
That is a miss.
Yeah,
Without
of
my
course.
bless, you're going without my bless? No.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Fuck it, I need to go out anyway. So action search. Try to strike him again. This time with a normal one.
Yep.
That's 21 to hit.
That is a hit.
So 12 more slashing.
12 more slashing. The echo goes at it by swinging once, and he dodges the swing, but the echo comes up with another swing before he gets back into position again to actually dodge the next attack. You slice him once again for 12 more. Swing!
Yeah. And then we unleash Incarnation once more.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that was 2. There we go.
So 18 was a miss.
13.
13 was a miss.
13 was missing. 25 to hit.
That is a hit as well.
Oh, I should have gone for the minus on that one. Well, too bad. Too bad. Let's see. 11 more slashing.
11 more slashing. You slash him once again. You've opened up quite a few heavy flesh wounds on this guy now. You can see that he's bleeding onto the floor quite heavily already. And panting. You can see that he's fighting for his life now.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I'll just use the free action to unleash the fury and save the world.
Sundash.
I'll use my. I'm a bit scared, so I'll use my Channel Divinity to summon my Twilight Sanctuary.
Yeah.
The 30 radius bubble.
Oh, maybe the first time I'm gonna get it.
Maybe it's visible outside. Who knows?
It seems to be cutting around the house's corners and edges.
Yeah. And I will, as a bonus action, cast my spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon. Do I have a thing for that?
I don't remember.
Shit!
Oh.
What the hell? Oh,
Yeah.
Nisa do.
yeah, that works.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
summon
it's
there. That's a fine spot, I guess. And smash.
Smash.
Melee spell attack. Yeah, there we go. 25.
Oof, that is also a hit.
Yeah. And 10. What kind of damage is this? Let me just check.
It doesn't say. I think I just
Force.
Force. Yeah.
Okay, so force damage from that as well. So you pop up a bubble around you that sort of fills the entire room, and after that you summon a spiritual weapon that also slices into Marrah with force popping around the edges of the blade, also inflicting quite a heavy wound on him.
Yeah, and at the end of the turn, I will grant myself temporary hit points with the bubble.
Yep.
1d6 plus 4.
Yep.
So 6 temp HP.
6 temp HP. Go.
Yeah. And then I'm done.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna hold back. Actually, use my Hexblade curse on him.
Yep.
So it's a critical on a 19 and 20, and I deal 2 plus bonus damage on him. And if he dies, I regain 9 HP.
Oof. Nice.
So I hit him with my halberd.
Yep.
Or I try to.
Yeah. Go for it.
What does? Oh, he didn't. I should do this. 24.
That is a hit as well.
Oh, that's a wrong die. I think that was a wrong die.
10, I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay. I rolled the.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 17.
17. Holy shit. 17 damage from the halberd. You're also your halberd, you're like almost twisting your halberd into one of the open wounds created by one of your other allies already. So it's twisting into him now, and you can hear him shouting in what seems to be at the top of his lungs in pain, but the sound is still quite muffled because of the barrier that he created in the house. But he seems to be in heavy pain.
Then I just walk here. Or no, I think I'm just gonna go back here. Yeah, I think I will. And after that, I am done.
I will give you some temp HP. if you're done.
Yay! D6 plus
6.
4?
Yeah, 6 temp HP.
Oh yeah, you roll. Okay.
Oh.
Never mind that roll.
It's a
This will save.
Don't matter.
You're so insane.
The hand crossbow is chucked away. He takes out a dagger. Just tells him, "You fucker," and tries to stab him.
Crit?
Yes.
Oh, you rolled 2 crits with 2 different characters.
Yeah.
We rolled
It's
nothing.
even on tape.
Yeah. I even tried 4 times.
So he chucks away the hand crossbow, takes up the dagger, runs to him, tells him like, you fucker, and he shoves the dagger up through his sort of what is this called again in English?
Throat.
Yeah, throat, or I guess throaty area. Yeah, so he shoves it up, and you can see that Marrah tries to scream, But you can tell that the blade of the dagger, when he opens his mouth, is already like through his entire mouth and gone upwards as well. So he just chucks it out, and Mara like falls to the floor. So the combat
Is he dead?
He seems very dead. You can see that blood is gushing through from all of the wounds now onto the
That he-
floor.
Then I heal myself for 9 HP then.
Yep.
I hope.
And while time moves a bit along, I'll give everybody temp HP.
Yeah.
I'll do
That's a nice strike, Oscar. Good job.
Oscar.
Oscar?
He gets 9.
Oh, 9. Nice.
9.
9.
And Langa gets 8.
That's great.
Hit is great. And then I'll just reroll myself and Tariel, because we are sucked.
That was for me, right?
Yeah, you can have that, sure, fine. An 8 for me.
So, after Oscar takes out the dagger and stuff as well, he picks up takes the dagger in the hand and sort of just cleans it off on his left leg and puts it back into the sheath and takes out the hand crossbow again, just to be on the safe side. Okay, and he goes up, standing in between, like with legs on each side, the body of Mara, and like one arrow straight into the head of Mara as well.
Smart move. Maybe, yeah, her as well, maybe.
Yeah, I can take care of it.
I think
think-
you're doing her a favor.
I think we honestly should do them all a favor. But
Yeah, I agree. How do you feel about that, Santosh?
I mean, I can understand him not wanting to die, not on his own terms. I mean, who would?
Any last words you can hear all of a sudden Oscar saying, and you can see that he's already standing in the bed, with the hand crossbow faced her head, and you can hear him saying,
let
nah.
me give her some sort of burial rite. or something.
fuck that, and he shoots
Oscar!
into her head. You can see that she the only reaction that you see from her is that she stops wheezing, and her head only falls to the side of the bed.
Yeah, she's in a better place now.
I do not care. She was along with this plan.
Yeah, true.
The only person that doesn't deserve this is the person that is still sort of breathing, at least.
Yeah.
true.
Is it even a person? I'm kind of squint.
You can see that the baby looks very much humanoid. It just looks kind of messed up with the bark for the left chin and, of course, the very unusual eyes.
So what do we do when we exit? Should we just, as you said earlier, light it on fire and walk out with the baby? Pretending to have saved it? But they don't even know he had a baby, do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
The person that I talked to, at least the dwarf that I talked to, assumed that there might be extended family in the picture, was what I got. So he told me that I needed to kill the extended family or kill Marrah himself. Oh yeah, of course. And he kneels down next to the body and slaps off the ring of his finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think we should just. It seems really cruel, but I think the kid doesn't seem like I have a long time left, and even if he does, or if she, I don't know, will it be a good life?
Yeah.
You know-
No, I don't think so.
I think it all depends because this was my moral problem too. I might seem kind of hardened, but it's a kid, it's a child.
Yeah, but it's only the problem if you think like in a bigger picture. If say we can cure him so he isn't that deformed or whatever, he will still have the blood of the two titans in him, that wouldn't change. And if this, words gets out,
I only ask. I understand the decision. We don't need to. The less we talk about this, the better I feel. But I only ask of one thing. You can even borrow it if you want to, but I don't want. I don't want to pull the trigger. I think.
I can do it. I have my own crossbow. It's fine.
Are you okay with that though?
I've seen the other side of this. I realize the option.
I think we should try to save it.
I'm up for whatever you sort of want to. This is. I feel like after the first time we've met in very strange conditions.
Yep. Agreed.
I mean, I don't know the history of what have happened before, but it is true what he said. This child did nothing wrong. We might have a slight chance of saving it.
I can get behind that.
And it's probably safer that it's with us than with this guy.
True,
And-
but
and-
I think we should at least. The problem is how to get out of here without, Because I think there was a door going out in the back.
Do you have teleport, Oscar?
Oh, you want to get back to Neverwinter?
I mean, we don't have it. Our teleport is on cooldown, and the other guys are in the bar or something.
Yeah, they are trying to get the information there.
Oh, oh, they're with you?
Yeah, but we had to split up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But I guess you could take the baby with you.
Yeah, really? Yeah, I could. Yeah, sure, I could. But
It feels better if you had it sometimes, but
Yeah, but how? I mean, it won't be easy to explain if we walk out of here with a baby, would it?
no, it
No,
wouldn't.
he's kept his wife in the house for a year while they've birthed a baby that they've kept hidden.
The problem is,
village,
if they see it, they're gonna say, "What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Why did you save that?"
If we get out of here with fire, or if it burns, then yeah.
I think actually we should just light up the room here and then take the back door and just. No, maybe not. They saw us go in here. It's not-
Yeah, we're gonna get wanted
Yeah,
then.
yeah. We have to pretend we are sitting at a table dining, and when the fires get too, we can do that. Probably the outside people gonna see it before us anyway.
what are we talking about now? Are we talking setting fire to the entire place? Why don't we just exit the place and be done for the day, and they'll find out about this Mara dude when we're long gone?
Because there's still evidence here of they having a baby, like this crib and stuff. And when they see that and they know that, the other people that went in, there was a baby maybe there before.
Yeah, and
now, and there are dead people with arrows in their head.
Can't we just
wooden
ruin this crib and make it so? He didn't want to show his wife. That's quite apparent as well. Look at the state of her. Can't we just?
Yeah.
Can't
So
we
we
just
should burn her with the house. It makes sense.
fuck
Because
burn?
No, but
it,
I don't.
the good thing about it makes it kind of, if we pull it off correctly, they know that we are just visitors, and we can say that he went up in the room and we didn't hear anything before this fire started in that room, because the guards outside would probably see the fire up in this floor before us.
I might try to save him or run up and.
Yeah, but if you have the whole room engulfed in flames, you're not going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And they will be dead, and you can always play off the wooden skin as burn wounds, I guess, in worst case.
Yeah, and all the windows here are barred, so it's going to take quite a while before
it's gonna be really on fire.
Remove the arrow from the head of the wife and
Oh, yeah,
the
sure.
dagger from
Yeah, removes both of the
mean,
bolts from.
the bolts would still be in the head, I guess,
He,
if
he-
they burned.
yeah, he takes
No.
them out of the head of her and the head of him.
But do we know any like healers or something in Neverwinter that could potentially like try to heal it without talking too much about it?
Yeah,
Because
but-
that I think is a problem.
Wilma would be our best option, but
Yeah.
But she's gone.
yeah, I know.
What?
She's found her mother, and we were supposed to talk to her this evening, but she just left with her mother.
What? Mother? What has happened?
No.
And we don't really think that's her mother.
What?
Ricardo was supposed to take care of it, so we hope it's okay.
It's a long story. You should talk to Ricardo.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, I can talk to him about that, but who did you say that was going to fix it?
Fix what?
Find her or whatever?
Ricardo.
What? Are you hearing yourself?
Yeah,
Do you know him?
No.
not that well.
You've heard
Not
about
really.
his tests, right?
Yeah, but he uses a horse, right? So
Yeah, but what if something happens to him?
fuck.
True.
Well,
Can't defend himself for shit.
he can't.
No, not really.
Oh fuck.
Damn it.
Fuck.
I mean, he had some friends in the tower that could scry. We could just ask them to scry on him. If we don't see him for a while.
Yeah, I guess. Did he say anything about where he was going at least?
Northeast.
Okay, so he is going after Wilma, and Wilma is just gone. Are we two
With her-
members less?
Maybe.
I hope only one at least, if you're gonna be optimistic about it. But hopefully not none.
He just looks at you like he just puts his head to the side and looks at you, like the really face, really.
Yeah. Okay. If you think about the information we got from, was it Ricardo? Do we have that information on us? He found out about this demon thingy thing.
Yeah.
Then I just can I hand over you the information?
Yeah.
Read this, and you understand that it is probably not a good thing.
Wait, I'm supposed to
Well,
like
no.
be in the calm mind of reading a book now?
We can do it later.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. And he sort of chucks away the book into his rather small that you can actually see now because of the token backpack. So, what is the plan now? To just get out of here in the first place, and we can discuss all of the other things later. It seems like there's chaos now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
It's like it.
I guess if we're taking the baby out, can you smuggle it out to the city, Oscar, and we'll meet you outside? Or?
I think they would be notified of a floating baby.
True.
And what about the teleport? Is that?
Yeah,
are
yeah,
we
okay,
not
sure.
Going back?
Yeah, I can go back to Neverwinter. I was hoping to drop off this baby somewhere else, but I guess you're right about the fact that we need to heal it somewhere.
Where else would we drop it off? I mean,
I was hoping Waterdeep, but
No.
Look at Nersar. He's become a blood god.
no.
I think we should kill the baby after all, don't listen.
I think we should kill Sontash.
Look at him.
Nobody. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I can bring it back to Neverwinter, but I was hoping that Wilma would be the healer.
That would be the best.
She's not there.
Fuck.
But do we
Guess
have
we
any
need to find
other,
her as well then.
do we have other connections? Healers?
Healers.
Or
I usually connect with people that wants to do the exact opposite.
yeah, but they probably if something. No, they're probably not gonna heal if it goes wrong either.
Ah, fuck.
Well,
It's so
but
much easier just to... Oh,
yeah, but yeah, it's the cross has rolled and cross it, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So am I
Yeah.
bringing this baby back to Neverwinter? I need to. I am quite the strong and tolerant type when it comes to stench and all that, but this is sort of overbearing at this point.
Yeah, true.
Does the
Yeah.
baby smell too?
And
The baby
if
doesn't
they-
smell as bad, but it sort of smells. You can tell that it's not bathed on a regular basis.
Great.
And if you leave with it now, we can't come with you and bring the others.
No, but can't you just tell them the fucked up thing that happened here?
Yeah, but will you be okay with the baby for like, it will take us at least 5 more days before our thing is ready?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Or
Traveling takes like 15 days, so yeah.
You can take my part of the gold and buy stuff for the baby.
Yeah, it wasn't just gold. There was something else as well that was supposed to be like given to me.
Ah, true. Yeah, we need to pick up the reward, I guess.
What,
Yeah, that's
what was
Neverwinter.
supposed to be given to you?
It was some sort of he called it a stick. I saw clearly that it I think it was a wand
You won.
or some sort that was supposed to be given to me as well, that I was hoping to maybe sell, but fuck it. You okay? What
if we collect the bounty or the reward and we bring it to you, couldn't
yeah,
you do that?
yeah, sure. It doesn't. You can take the ring. Because then it makes more sense, since he wanted the ring or something else of evidence. Because he,
So the guy here or the dwarf in Watery?
the guy here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So just be aware of the fact that when you hand over the ring, he will probably know that you've killed him. Or that we've killed him.
Fuck.
Yeah, or dealt with this thing. Yep.
Yeah, but don't worry, there's a reason why he wanted this in the first place, so I can't see him ratting us out.
Why did he
Yes.
want this in the first place?
I think he was starting to get dissatisfied, and I sort of think he wants to take over, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
That seems a bit biased, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It makes more sense than
to be honest,
Yeah.
to be completely and utterly honest, I don't give a shit about what happens to this place as long as we get out of here alive.
true.
So, this place can burn to the ground for all I care, as long as it doesn't poke back to us.
Oh, that's dark, Oscar. That's dark.
Yeah, and the kid survives, okay? Is it less dark now?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree.
What's
I
better?
would like the kid to burn as well, but I will respect Santa's wish. If I see no hope, I will kill it.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, you will get the
I look
chance.
a bit worried.
Well, you just need to show me hope. It's okay, I guess.
Just hope, bro.
Yeah.
Just hope.
Oh, okay, so I'll bring the baby, and we'll meet up after a while. If I'm not present, just be aware that the baby is probably in the headquarters. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, this is a very, very much fucked up situation that I don't want to be part of. The last thing here, because I hate the fact that now that I've worked for this for so fucking long, and he sort of grabs his arms out towards the crib, to have my heart doesn't feel like it's beating anymore to actually care for something again. But hopefully that doesn't happen with this fucking monstrosity or whatever I should call this thing. And it picks it up, and you can see that it holds it sort of like awkwardly, and it's still like wheezing. And it seems to be in a lot of pain. So
Maybe if you are able to get like some kind of grace restoration before we get there.
I can try.
that.
I can try from Jan, maybe.
Yeah,
I can
we
try to
try
I
that
can try
on
to
some-
cure wounds on it for now. If it looks a bit rough.
You go for it, and he like holds it sort of out almost, and looks away from it.
Yeah, I cast a level 1 Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
You should have a spell called cleaning or something. Clean up.
Clean up crew.
1d8 plus 4.
Yep.
So 10.
10. So you're casting like a smooth or a soothing, warm sort of spell over it, and it seems to be wheezing in a bit more normal pace now, but it's still wheezing. Yeah. Yay.
As a last thing before we leave too, I want to cast Detect Poison and Disease just to see if I can find anything else out from it. You know,
Yeah.
if I see any.
When it comes to disease, you can see it on both the body and the baby. But what kind of disease is a bit hard for your spell to comprehend, except for that it seems to be of a blood nature. It seems to be a disease that affects your blood.
Yeah, and it's on all the bodies? Or
No,
only
not
the...
Marrah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because he cured himself, yeah.
It was a glass Titan heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a dick move.
So we know that cures the thing. Because he said he cured himself.
I used it
Was
to
it
like get the DNA to, so they had like one part each.
And she got the bad deal.
Yeah.
Bad end of the deal.
Yeah.
So
So we
we
don't
don't
know.
know if we ever got ill at all because glass titans are, yeah, not as bad as swords titans, I guess.
they're the natural healers. So,
Yeah.
If it only was more glass heart Titans left.
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard there was
would-
one in Titania.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to that one. Mm.
Okay, so can you at least just give me some minutes here to be able to teleport back, and then you can do whatever you needed to do with this house?
Yeah.
It was strange meeting you once again. We seem to have a way of meeting in the strangest places.
Likewise.
But we'll get out of this together, and hopefully sometime in the future this will be like a distant memory that we can just chug a beer over and never talk about.
Would be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. So, but can you leave the room to me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he sort of kneels down with the baby in one hand, and you can see that he's starting to inscribe his sort of ritual to get the stone to work. Blam. And with that, I think we can end the session for today.